Yeah.
All right, Joel Gausten here from joelgausten.com. I cannot be more thrilled to be a part of the conversation that's about to happen. Um, I can't express how happy I am to see the gentleman to my left here from the beautiful state of Colorado. Please welcome Mr. Charles Levi. Charles, great to see you, my friend.
Great to see you, man. Great to see you, Joe.
Yeah, it's just wonderful, man. I'm so happy you are taking some time to chat and catch up,
Yeah.
man. I haven't seen you since the last Pigface tour, so it's been a bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I've been it's been some changes since then. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I wanted to first, before we get into anything, I wanted to mention um about a year ago now, you did a podcast with Kevin Key from Skinny Puppy and
Yeah.
Dre, and I think that's the backdrop for the show behind you, actually.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and you and Kevin and Dre kind of went deep on your health issues for the past couple of years. So what
Yeah.
I'm going to do is when I upload this video, in the video description, I'm going to link to that podcast, which I highly recommend everybody watch. That kind of gives a pretty thorough history of the last few years. Um,
Yeah.
but I wanted to, first of all, kind of get into where things are right now. It's been a couple
Yeah.
of years of ups and downs for you. What is
Yeah.
the current state of your health and how are things going for you in general right now?
Well, my health is yeah, it's good. It's okay. They diagnosed me with vascular dementia. So, I gotta practice a healthy diet. I stick to the healthy diet, I'll live longer, you know. And my fiance is really in the medical field, and she really keeps me in shape, keeps me in tune with what's going on. So I'm all right for now. You know, a little neuropathy in my hand, but other than that, I'm still trying. You know, still doodling around. So
Now,
everything seems to be all right. Hmm.
that's great, man. And I know one of the things that happened to you in the past couple of years is you did lose a leg,
Yeah,
um, and you have a prosthetic. How has that been working for you the past several months?
yeah. It takes me a while to get used to it, man. I never thought I'd be one-legged, but God, it's kind of hard. I can't do things right away. You know, and it pisses me off sometimes. But I just got to deal with. I could be dead. You know, and that's one thing. I went to an induced coma for like about 8 9 days from the sepsis, and I pulled through. Most people don't pull through when they have sepsis. You know, but I made it. And I'm thankful for that. Keeping me going. You know, I want to keep doing music. That's for sure. You know, I just got to talking to Martin Atkins still. You know, we're still in touch. But other than that, I'm just making it through.
Yeah.
You know. But housing, trying to get a house. But you know, it's the migrants here and everything. It's life's hard. You know. But I miss the rock and roll. I miss playing live. I miss it a lot. You know. So I still keep in touch with you know, with my friends and stuff, my peers, still in touch, you know. So
Yeah, man. I see you on Facebook all the time. It's great.
yeah, I'm on it, and my fiance get stresses that I, keep up with people, communicate, That's what I gotta do.
Right.
And so she keeps me in check. Without her, I wouldn't really be doing much of anything.
Yeah.
You know. But she stays on me. She stays on me. And that's about it. She's shouting now.
Well, I mean, we all need those people who, know us for who we are and can, see our potential and keep us moving and keep us positive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She keeps me going. She keeps me going. Keeps me pushing and striving. You know. What was that? Hello, Danny? Yeah, so she really keeps at me, keep me on it. I used to get on the internet and I talk here and there, but she helps me stay focused, stay on and communicate with people, reach out to people. Thanks all the people that have been very, very generous and helpful. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I want to stay relevant, but you know, but other than that, I'm grateful for my friends still talking to me and stuff.
Of
I
course,
just
man.
I just miss performing. I just miss it. I see all these bands coming out and cracks me up. The ticket sales are ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Just to see, I don't know, I don't remember to see a band play. They're like paying $300 or $400.
I know.
Like, I'm not gonna go see no one for that amount of money. Fuck that. Hell no. You know. But I'm staying interested in making music, and I still have the urban soundtrack. That's my trip hop sort of vehicle.
Right.
It's like there's a bunch of tracks that I did on my own between the course of when I was with Thrill Kill and Pigface and all the other bands I was with. And Urban Soundtrack was the one. I just get some tracks and songs and record them. And sometimes I get the feeling like a Barry Adamson. You know, that's what I kind of nurtured it at. But more is gonna come out. I'm working with Bangalore,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's my man. Bangalore isn't my man. I trust him. You know, I know I've done a lot for people. I played a lot, did play with a lot of bands, and played cameo performances with bands, toured with bands, and he's the guy that I feel comfortable with. My close friend, Jason McNinch, rest his soul, he passed away. And Jason was basically a part of Herman's soundtrack.
Yeah.
And Jason, yeah. And, Jason would do all the editing and I do the creating. But now I'm learning how to edit. I'm learning how to edit. You know, I know Buzz from Thrill Kill, he knows how to get what he wants out of equipment or instruments. He does not have the the magic of showing someone, or explaining it. He can do it for when we do shows or a tour. He's always been able to put together a conglomerate of characters. And but when it comes to all the technical stuff like editing, sequencing, stuff like that, he does not. He has no knack for that, you know. So he still does everything with Thrill Kill, but
Right.
uh, but he still has his ways, you know. So I picked up some good habits from him. You know, he's a good man. You know, he's a good man. He's a guy I trust and love very much. I still keep in touch with Frankie. You know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
but you know, you can't. You know, he's you know, it is his band. You know, Frankie. But no, I like what I've done. You know, as far as the progression. Like, keep going. You know, I have my memoirs I'm writing about, telling about, everything I've done, all the people I know and I've met, played with, and I'm writing about the different bands I've been a part of, and it's really a lot, man. I can't, it's hard to keep up. I mean, like I remember meeting Jaco Pastorius, and by accident, and I had wound up being his runner,
Really?
bringing his stuff. Yeah,
Wow.
I I was working for a guy whose his family owned a drum shop, and they were renting the equipment. They were doing rentals, and I was helping them move some stuff to make some extra money, and helping them move gear. And I was just starting to play an instrument then, and Herbie Hancock was in town, and we were moving the equipment to this, this gathering where they were getting together and jam and rehearse. And I was like, wow, I want to go. Herbie Hancock, yeah. And so I'm standing there looking at them duel around, and this guy says, how long they been here? And I go, oh, they've been here for about half an hour. And I turned around, and it was Jocko. And I was like, wow. And so I wound up being moved, bringing his bass and his gear to the Ivanhoe Theater.
Wow.
And the Ivanhoe Theater in Chicago was where him and Herbie Hancock did a performance together. And I brought his basses. And so when we were in the dressing room talking, I was talking to him and I was saying, like, man, how long you been playing at Weather Report? You're like the Jimi Hendrix of bass player. And he was like, oh man, that's cool, bro. He sounded like he sounded like he was from Chicago. So he had that street, yeah, he had that street kind of lingo, he's like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, damn, he's just like a brother. And we were talking, and he told me, uh, I said, let me see your bases. And I opened up his bases, and I was like, damn, your bases beat the fuck up. They were like they, and, I said, how come, why don't you get them painted or something? She said, no, man, those are my battle scars. Keep it like that,
Yeah.
authentic, you know? And he said, I don't want nothing fancy. He says, all you have to do when you play your instrument, because I told him I had a jazz bass, Fender Jazz. And he told me, he said, make sure you know your tunings, and keep your strings clean. Don't
Mhm.
go boiling them, because I used to boil mine to get them fresh.
Mhm.
And he says, you get slow down on that, because I almost lost my eye because he was boiling these strings, and he was boiling them, and he was putting it back on, putting them on his bass, and it snapped, and
Oh,
and hit his eye.
oof.
Yeah. And so he said that taught me a lesson not to boil them anymore, you
Right.
know, because I used to boil them and they come back fresh,
Right.
you know. He said, no, don't do that. He says, man, he said, get those strings, stretch them, make sure you're in tune. Tuning is important and know the fingerboard. All the scales you want to learn and all this stuff. It's good. Just know the notes on the neck. Know where you're going. You're going down the neck and you're going up the neck. You know, just what you got to do. And and always play everything, no matter what. He said, just play the music, play the songs. And so that's what I used to do. I used to play the songs. I put my stereo on, scan, and then go to the station. And if I learn the song before it's over, I got points. I gave myself points.
Hmm.
And it made me very versatile.
Hmm.
So one minute I'm listening to The Who, and the next thing you know, I'm listening to Sly and the Family Stone. And so it kept me going. So then I would jam. When I would go to jam sessions, there'd be guys to play music, and they didn't even realize they didn't really realize that I knew the songs they were into, and the music.
Mhm.
I go to a keg party, there's some band playing some song, and I get in, I wind up playing. One time it was a band that was into Zeppelin, and they were playing Zeppelin songs. And so I asked them, could they play immigrant song? And they were like, well, I think we know. So we started playing it, and then I couldn't leave. They wouldn't let me stop playing. I kept playing the rest of the night. So when I knew that I didn't start playing until I was 25.
Really?
Yeah, I started when I was 25. And all my friends played instruments. All my friends played in bands. My friend Louis Fitek, he's a guitarist in ministry.
Right, right.
And a good friend of mine just passed away from cancer. He played guitar. He didn't play in any of the known bands, but me and Louis were just talking about him. He never told us he had cancer, so
Hmm.
he just up and died.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, and so it was really a bummer. But I remember seeing Louis when I would see Louis play, and I said to myself when we be at parties, I go, I said to myself, that guy is better. He's as good as the guys I see in the concerts,
Hmm.
you know. And sure enough, he left for New York. His mom moved him to New York, and so he started MOD, and and he came back to Chicago, and he was playing in ministry.
Right, yeah.
I was like, damn, this motherfucker, he is the shit. So I couldn't believe it. So I got to jam with him. When I finally got to jam with him, I was nervous, but I was glad that I was capable of a musician to play with him. You know, I was like, wow, here I am. This guy that used to stand on the side and look at him, and now I'm playing with him. You know, I got him in with the guy who started Project 44.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, and I introduced Chris Harris to Louis,
Mhm.
and that's when that album, The System Doesn't Work, came out. And that was me, Louis, Chris. That was when that really made me feel honored playing with Louis and doing shows. But unfortunately, the business, it sucks, you know. And sometimes we create monsters, and we created a monster with Chris. Chris Harris, I love him, but if he could have just got all of us in one room and just tried to do it like Marston or Buzz, I think we still, doing shows. We did shows. Oh my God. You know, I didn't want to be dressed up like industrial. So I said, hey man, why don't we dress like in our suits, like Interpol, and just, and just come out like a vicious Interpol. And so we did. And that was our trademark. We come in wearing a suit and a tie. And and when we would go and play the festivals, these festivals where these guys wearing braids and all this makeup, we come out in suits and we fucking scorched them, just scorched them. But that album scorched them, you know. Louis, the guitars, we wound up getting, Louis couldn't play some of the gigs with us. I played some gigs with Chris, and we found some people. I found a drummer that was really good, and we hammered through. We made the shows. We made the show really powerful. And so when we come in our suits, there's these guys with these, corn looking like corn or whatever, and we come out and we just kill them. They're like, look at these guys in these suits. What is that guy working? Is he? They thought I was security or some shit. Yeah, I was like, no, fucking plan. We planned and we played the hard, hard, fast, and we just killed. After 2 songs, we killed the show. All the makeup and all that shit was just like nothing to us, you know. But now, and then I always wanted to take urban soundtrack. Did urban soundtrack, and I did a show, and I did a live show, and it was good. I rehearsed, told the people who I was with. I got a good promoter, got us a good gig, guaranteed, and we made some money. And the production was cool because they were so used to me being with Thrill Kill. So the production was cool. They accommodated. So I made sure they got a good show. And
Right.
it wound up being really good. I was so proud of everyone, you know, and you know, I was in charge. And that's what made me happy. And I wound up doing singing and stuff. I don't know if you heard Urban Soundtrack. It's on a Bandcamp, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, yeah. And we did that show. We did a show with those songs, and it was good. But now I'm getting a lot of sessions, and my neuropathy is really fucking with me. I have it from my elbow to my hand.
Hmm.
So once in a while, I feel, I still move my fingers, but it just really bothers me. So I just weather through it. If I had to do a show, I still do it. There's no sweat off my back. I'll just have to play. But other than that, so now I've been in touch. I know Kevin Keys wants to. He's been doing stuff.
Hmm.
I like to work with him. Um, I haven't talked to Olger since I've seen the Skinny Puppy Show.
Hmm.
But I like to do that. Work with him. We always get along. You know. Uh, I like Damage Manual.
Oh, yeah. I saw you with them at the old
Yeah.
wetlands in New York City.
Yeah.
Already
And
up
to
over
me,
there.
yeah, it reminded me of Landon Zeppelin. You
Yeah.
know,
I love
Chris.
that.
Yeah, Chris Conley. That's a that's a very good platform for an electric Chris Conley,
Hmm.
where he's playing. He's really all balls out. And that was doing that gig was fat. It was fat. Jordy, you know, man, I went, that was just really that was a good thing.
Oh yeah.
And so I don't know why. I always thought it should have kept going, but I don't know.
Well, how did you end up getting involved in Pigface to begin with and playing with Martin?
Well, I went to the Metro and I wasn't on tour and I was just, in Chicago and they were playing at the Metro
Mhm.
and I was hungry, so I went into their dressing room to make me a sandwich.
Right on, right on.
I swear to God. And as I'm making a sandwich, Martin came downstairs and go, Charles Levi, why don't you come up on the stage, mate? So I went on stage and, I saw Dean Ween and Gene Ween and Mary Biker and them and Tucker and them.
Right.
And I was like, it was a bunch of mess, And I said to myself, I was just playing. And so I said to myself, man, I wouldn't play with the pig face. They don't have, they don't know what they're doing, you know. But that was the fun of it, So, uh, so I went up there and then I went in the studio and me and Jimmy Chamberlain were hanging out and it was a blizzard in Chicago. And Martin asked me to come to the studio. So I went to the studio for notes from the underground.
Right, right. Hmm.
And I put down bass for Aspo. And that was how I got introduced to Pigface. That's how I got in. William Tucker told me a lot about it. And Bill Rieflin, they told me about a lot about it. But, I was like, yeah, yeah, you know. Tucker talked so much about it. I didn't even, I thought he talked too much about it. It's like, whatever, man. But when I went and did the Notes on the Underground thing, Martin wanted to do a tour.
Hmm.
And he asked me to come out. And I said, yeah, I guess I would. And got to meet Tammy Downs.
Right.
And I love that guy. Man, I didn't know he was that big with Faster Pussycat. I knew about Faster Pussycat from one of the girls in Thrill Kill.
Hmm.
And they were like the Thrill Kill of LA, LA's Guns N' Roses scene. So they were like the Thrill Kill, Faster Pussycat. So he was in on the band. Pat Thrall from Skinny Puppy, who were, and I have not heard from Pat Thrall in years. Now I want to know. I hope he's still alive. I want to know what he's doing. Love that guy.
Mm.
And playing with him and Curse Mackey.
Right.
Love Curse Mackey. Curses. uh, I love curse. I get a little cursification in there. And we went out and playing with Martin Atkins. I didn't know Killing Joke. I heard about Killing Joke when I wasn't even playing, you know. But it was an honor to play with him. You know, I love playing with him. And so whenever for the next 5, 6, 7 years, I'm playing with Pigface off and on.
Right.
You know, who was fun to play with was um, Chem Lab.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Chem Lab, that was a good tour.
Hmm.
I didn't get in the studio, I didn't record with them, but it was a good show. Jerry Singer, he was like the Mick Jagger, like Mick Jagger off the wall, you know. He was so much like that. And, that was fun playing with them, you know. Uh, it was, Sister Machine Gun
That's right. Yeah,
is my man. Chris Randall,
right.
I had fun playing with Chris.
Yeah, I love Sister Machine Gun. Always.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what's up with Chris. I really, really, really like Chris. You
Hmm.
know, he's like a brother. You know, he has. We all have our egos, but I like Chris. He started out small, and he just kept going.
Right.
Got 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 along well with Jim and Dan from Wax Tracks. You know, and he was cool. You know, playing with him was fun. That was my alternative to playing with Thrill Kill. With Thrill Kill, playing with Thrill Kill, I got a chance to meet other people that played in bands,
Hmm.
with it and getting enough respect for that. Uh, I was never gay or any trends. I just like, hey, I'm playing in a band.
Hmm.
I was just a jock of the band. You know, I'm finally good enough to play in a band, and I'm finally good enough to say I'm a musician. And playing with, meeting Frankie. I used to go and see Frankie all the time, working in the wax track store.
Hmm.
And I saw him with special effects, dressed as Mary Tyler Moore. And, and I was like, wow, Al was playing guitar. And I said, wow, if it wasn't Frankie, I don't think Al Jorgensen would be anywhere.
Hmm.
Frankie he set the trend, got to meet a lot of people. Susie Sue, you know, man, and she introduced me to Martin Scorsese. You know, on my birthday, we play in New York, Thrill Kill at the Marquee and Club Marquee, and she was my date. Bungie was in upstate New York recording with the Indigo Girls,
Hmm.
and so she was my date for my birthday going out in the town since we were touring with them, but they didn't. We had we played the Marquee by ourselves, Thrill Kill, and she came looking like the chick from the Avengers. She came incognito, and
Wow.
I was honored, And then she introduced him to Martin Scorsese. Hi, my name's Marty. I was like, what the fuck? Get me in a movie, motherfucker. That's why I said I'll jack you up. But Brandon Lee,
Yeah.
yeah, that was sad, meeting Brandon, and he was cool, you know. But meeting Kim Basinger, you know, in Cool World, you know,
Right.
that was gas.
And
So
my favorite scene in The Crow, of course, is the scene when you guys were playing Thrill
yeah,
Kill Club scene. It's fantastic.
yeah. That was fun. That was fun.
Well, when I started playing in Pigface in 2001, and then on and off for years after
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
I met you. I got to know you and
yeah,
Kitty and Frankie, and
yeah,
so I watched that movie now, and I'm like, I don't see Thrill Kill Kult. I'm like, oh, there's Charles. There's Frankie, like these are my
Yeah,
bandmates.
yeah. Isn't that something? That's awesome, you know. But yeah, those days are. I don't know what's in store for me now. You know, I got in. I got in putting some bass down for some for a guy, Daz. I don't know his name, his band, but I'm gonna keep staying. I'm stay out there playing. You know, uh, I just can't wait to see the who's it the legendary Pink Dots.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see them. So Costello sent me answer me on Facebook. Said come out, get carte blanche. And I couldn't tell you the name of a song, but I like their feel. You know, uh, I would like to play for something like that. You know,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
those guys are good. But I would like to, keep playing. With uh, other, friends. I like to play with them because we're not getting any younger. You know, so might as well, communicate and touch base. You know,
Definitely.
I just got through talking to. I sent a text out to Cantrell,
Nice.
Jerry, yeah, because
Yeah.
I knew Lane. He finally responded. But sometimes some people try to stay back out of the limelight. You know,
Right.
but those times were great. I would do it again. You know, had many memories.
Yeah.
Working for Jam Production. I worked for Jam. I worked for Jam. They were concert. They threw all the concerts in Chicago,
Right, right.
and I got to work for them before I played the instrument, and so that really touched my soul to become a musician
Mm.
by seeing bands play. I would get to meet Billy Idol, uh, uh, Devo, Ultravox. I get to meet these people. I had to stand there and watch out for laminates, access concerts, production. So I would love to, I remember meeting Billy Idol. And when I had to watch his dressing room, I said, he says, come on in, Mike, have a beer. And I said, oh man, I can't have a beer. He says, you working for me. Come on in and have a beer.
That's great.
So, and I got to meet him, and then I go tell my friends, I just met blah, 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 blah. And they're like, no shit. I go, he was born to be a rock star. He had the looks and everything, man. First thing I said was, where's all the girls? he, said, he says, no, man, I'm just chilling here before the show. You
Right.
know, yeah. Uh, his career took a uh, uh, big jump when Steve Stevens,
Yeah.
man, yeah,
Great player.
So I got to meet him work when I got endorsed by Washburn.
Hmm.
And I was being sponsored by Washburn. And then I got endorsed by Gibson's by Jim Ellison from Material Issue.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw a Les Paul bass and I said, oh my God, cherry sunburst. I said, I want one. And he hooked me up. Jim Ellison hooked me up.
Right on.
That's terrible how he died,
Yeah.
you know.
I was just listening to Material Issue the other day. I listen to them very often, even now.
Yeah, yeah, he's an incredible guitarist.
Oh yeah.
He didn't know the notes. He didn't know the notes of what key he was in. He just knew how to play the guitar like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I got to meet Christy Hines through him. Um, Urge Overkill, you know, Nash Cato, you know, he's a character. I
I can
got to
imagine.
meet Chrissy Hines. Oh my God, meeting Chrissy Hines. I was like, wow. I saw the Pretenders first show, you know, when their first band, you know, the original band.
Right, with James and
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And the bass player had a ponytail and used leather jacket. And I said, that's me. I saw I said that motherfucker was badass.
Yeah, he
They
was.
were great. They were badass. I got to look out. I got to see them live.
Wow, with that lineup, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. That made me really, you know, Chrissy is a star,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, and meeting her was cool, you know. Uh, Speaking of Pigface, I got to introduce Jim Ellison to Tammy Downs when we were playing in San Francisco,
Mhm.
and Jack Black came to the show,
Hmm.
to the Pigface show, and Jim Ellison was in my hotel room. He talked the lady into letting getting in my hotel room, and when I went there, he surprised me. He was in the bathroom, so I introduced him and Tammy together, and he came up and jammed with us and stuff, and he was fun, you know.
Yeah.
And we met Jack Black, you know. Jack Black was going nuts. He was dancing, and somebody said, "Who's that guy? He's out there going nuts." And somebody said, that was Jack Black." And I said, "Really?" And he came in the dressing room and he's like, "Man, I got to check and get a flight. You guys were awesome. You guys were a shit." You know, I said, "Yeah, thanks, man." You know, but that was cool, you know. But
Totally. We got to talk about our man Christoph.
Christoph from Bio,
Yeah, you guys did a project Black from the Dead.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're, you know, we got it came from Pigface.
Yeah, yeah.
I got Chris in on Pigface, and then I was coming from the back of the bus, and I had to do I was just changed. I went to the front of the bus, and they were all partying. And Chris Mackey could said, "Oh no, it's Blocked from the Dead," and we all laughed. So we said, "Yeah, we ought to name some songs like Black from the Future, Black from the, you know, Black the Fuck Up, you know, stuff like that." So we did some songs, you know. Me and Christoph stuck to it, and we did songs, and so it was just for fun.
Hmm.
And we were going to do another one, but we never had the budget to do another one. Barely had the budget to do that one. But that's the combination. That's the combination of all of us. Me and Christoph. You know, going. I went down to Long Island, and I wound up playing with Bio,
Hmm.
and that was fun because I saw Bio years ago. I got to open up with them for Bio by playing with Halo Black.
Hmm.
Yeah, Brian Black,
Right,
and
right.
that was phenomenal. Yeah, he's a genius. Halo Black was really ahead of his time, but Brian Black was cool. But playing with Christoph is fun. You know, he was, he's just hard. He's comical. You know, well, it was fun. We keep in touch still.
Yeah.
You know, uh, we were supposed. Someone said it sounded like we sounded like Brian from Marilyn Manson trying to do something. I said, "Oh man, I don't think so. That was just a fun outing, you know. So that's what that was. We
Mm,
were going to get Chris Curse to get in on it,
mhm.
but he didn't come to New York. You know, back then we didn't have the technology we have now.
Right, right.
So that's that. I've been a part of abstinence,
Right, Daryl. Yeah, yeah.
Daryl. And speaking of that, I got to get on that. But I'm looking forward to doing that.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I've been doing. Um, I just my my girl keeps me at it. She keeps me at it, and I still my hair still grows,
Mm,
but I plan on still going.
right on. Let me ask you, Charles, I got to ask you a question because, you know, Pigface can be, for like the most overused word about Pigface, it could be crazy on stage.
Yeah, yeah,
I remember one show we did together, the House of Blues show,
yeah,
where, we were playing Steamroller, and I think in total there were like 9 drummers on stage. And I gotta tell you, man, you're the glue in that band. You're the glue in that
yeah.
band.
Oh, thank you,
If
thank you.
I'm in doubt, I'm like, what's Levi doing? I'll just follow him.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
for you, what's the trick of laying it down and keeping it down in that band for so long?
Yeah, well, it's like first of all, I love the fact of the fans. The fans, they feel it, and I'm feeling it. And
Right.
when they feel it, I can close my eyes and just go with it. You know, they're sometimes I don't like it when there's so many people on there, but I like to hold it down.
Hmm.
That's my job.
Right.
That um, I even suggest to Martin to incorporate some other different people.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, you should get, like the girl I wanted to play guitar was from Curve. She wound up playing with Echo Belly,
Mm,
but I think she would have been great with Pigface.
mm,
When she on Doppelganger, her guitar playing is amazing.
mm.
She would have been good in Pigface. We're um, having Lacey throw down some vocals with that girl on guitar. There's no limit to it. Um, I, you know, I like to get. I like right now. I would like to get my own stuff, but not when I'm in Denver or whatever. I'm in Colorado. I like this. I don't know the scene here,
Right.
so and I don't really go out to. I like going to auditions. Like performing, but I don't know the click around here. It's just it's not Chicago.
Right. Well, no place is like
Yeah,
Chicago.
yeah, really, yeah, exactly. But Diet Warsaw,
Yeah, yeah.
they're really good. It
Oh
was
yeah.
fun playing with them. I never played with them live, but in the studio, I recorded a lot with them. And I just hang around in the studio and wind up doing sessions,
Right.
you know, and that got me into a lot of things, you know. But Divorce House in Janelle was like really fun for me, you know. I had fun doing that album. Me and Jimmy Marcus still keep in touch, you know.
That's great. Yeah, yeah.
Van Christie, the other half of that Divorce House, he's really good engineer.
Hmm.
It's a real good engineer, you know, underrated, you know, he's top notch, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
they were
like that.
always good. I always dug them, and I like what Jimmy's doing now with Go Fight.
Yeah,
And
yeah. But if he had Van Christie behind him, Lord have mercy, look out, you
Well, when we were talking about doing this video together,
know.
I asked you if you had some people you wanted to shout out, people who've supported you and helped you the past couple of years as you've been, kind of going through your stuff. And man, you sent me a list.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
what I'm gonna do, and for anyone watching, first of all, I apologize in advance if I butcher anybody's name. And number two, if I inadvertently leave someone out as I'm reading this, my apologies as well. So
yeah,
with that disclaimer, I guess we'll read through the we'll call it the Charles Levi Hall of Fame. How's that?
yeah, that's cool.
And these are all the people who've helped along the way the past couple of years, and we definitely want to give a shout out to everybody. So
Yeah,
um, let me just get the list in front of me here so I can read it through. And as I said, if I mispronounce names, my apologies. Um, my heart's in the right place no matter what. So,
yeah.
drum roll, here it goes.
Mhm.
Martin Atkins, Ali Jaffrey, Danny, of course,
Uh-huh.
Cat, Wolf Dodge, Happening Harry, Pigface, Joe Leverage, Mark Bauer and Beverly, Joey Galvin, Bangor, Chicago Steve Mikulski, Buzz McCoy,
Because
Justin Ogre, Bradley Bills, Curse and Rona, Daryl Hell and Abstinence Gave, Tammy Down, me,
yeah, yeah,
Eddie X, Tim Bethel, Katie Kelly, and Eric Porras, Walt's Music Tribe, John Cruz, Gian Bastille, Bar Radu and Jana and Jason Cross, Levi's Fans, Vinny
yeah,
Solano, Nick Void, Gabe Wilkinson, Ilker Usel, again, my
yeah,
apologies, Ken Majorman, Steve Ara, Reed Hymas, Steve Silver, Louis
yeah,
Hightech, Temperance Brennan, Jason and Kelly Novak, Kenny James, Ryan English, Scott Stagina, Edward K. Spell, Randall
yeah,
Parker, Brian Holes and Tina, Gabriel Salazar, T. Gabriel Williams, Karen Righeimer Schock, and David
yeah,
Schock, Johnny and Lacey Skulls, Phil
yeah,
Doe, Dustin Schultz, Michael Wolsick, Michael Carrasquillo, John Servo DeSalvo, Shard
yeah,
Technique, Dre Robinson, Daz Sharp, and Spoils of Grace, Roger fucking Ebner,
yeah,
Christoph, John Stockman, J. Rod, Mark Panic, Mark Walk, Simon Paul, Don Moffat, Mark Spivey. That's a
yeah,
name fast. Gene Leonardo, Paul Jones, Belladonna, Janice Atropa, Robbie Krieger. Yes, that Robbie Krieger, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
Kerry Rappaport, Kerry Kagan, or Kason, Kacon, Kerry.
Hmm.
Barbie Saint, Jana Mar Marsakova, Rooster Jones Sr., Sean Melody, Sean Payne, Jesse and Joyce Hunt, Connor Eck, Wayne Yankee, Cyanotic, Scott Freyu, Sean Jordan, Sin Corinne, Sean Baruch, Jack Koshik, Jessica
Yeah.
Churchill, Anna S. Coy, Sean Dietrich, Daniel Kane, Paul Italiano, Jody Cox, Joe Shanahan, Jason
Yeah.
Lupo, rest in peace,
Yes.
Sherry May Lupo, Leaking Schneider, Brian Hunley, Chris Vaughn, Jeffrey Dammit, Shock Zaitmal, Kim Holm, Charlene Veretti, Steve Bryan Salit, and Octavian Winters, Pat Mama Duffy Kid, Jeremy
Mhm.
Holt and Miko, Luke Stokes, Lynette Liscombe, Alan Jaeger, Robert Leroy Fields, Terrence Barry, Stacy Jones, Tony
Mhm.
Argo, The Ruby Man, Zachary Allen Starkey, Ashas Alani, Joe Gonzalez, Hugh V. Eubanks II, Carl
Yeah.
Callett, Gary Blair Smith, Sandra Grace Rivera, Tony Pulo, Steve Olive, Jimmy Marcus, Jim Semenick, Roger Petro, Joshua Hawley, Kim Holm, Brad Fonte, Martin King, Martin Bose, and Jerry Cantrell.
Thank you, man.
Oh yeah, I hope I didn't butcher the names too much, and I apologize.
No, that's all right. That's cool. You did good, man. That's good. You know, but
Yeah.
it's been fun. You know, definitely. So
Yeah.
what's in store for you in the future as far as
Well, musically, there's a couple things going on. Roger and I are wrapping up a project.
uh,
Um, and it's got Greta on bass and Karen from
yeah,
Bellhead, Ted Parsons from Swans and Godflesh, and quite a few other folks who you know. And it's going to be a single for dog rescue. We're doing a dog rescue charity single. Uh,
okay,
that should come out in the summer. And beyond that, for me, just doing these videos, man, and catching up with friends.
cool. I love Karen.
Yeah, she's the best. She's the best.
Yeah, she's badass. I
Yeah,
like her.
I love all the Chicago people. I love all the Pigface people, and doing this video channel
Yeah,
now. It's such a great opportunity to touch base. I talked to Chris Haskett, who sends you his
yeah.
best. Spoke with him last week, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
How's he?
he's doing well. He's out in Sydney, Australia now, so he's 16 hours ahead of us, or ahead of
Oh
me, at least.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like Chris Hackett.
Yeah, he's a good guy for sure.
Yeah.
But what I'll do as well is when this video posts, Charles, I'll also include a link to your GoFundMe.
Well, thank
So
you.
yeah, people watching, definitely contribute and help Charles and give some love to him and Danny. And you
Thank,
know, what I'll say, Charles, is obviously, you know, we were all hoping for the best for you a couple years back,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we're
It,
just
it, it made me good. It made me possible to see how lucky I am. You know, I mean, I just can't say. I just can't believe it. I could have been, dead. So
yeah.
Martin was really good. Good. He was there by my side. You know, I think we forgot Mike Reedy.
Oh yeah, Mike. Hello,
Yeah,
Mikey.
Mike Reedy is like my brother. I
Yeah,
love Mike Reedy. Reedy family, love them. We're all, they're they're my heart and soul. You know, and cyanotic guys and Conformco, those guys are all really good friends. Those guys are, I, I think, Tommy, and I love them. You know, but I'm gonna get more urban soundtrack. Let me get it out there.
right on.
Gonna be good.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friend, I've been playing drums for almost 40 years.
Yeah.
The very best moments I've ever had on stage have been with you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Truly,
That
man.
keeps me going. That keeps me going because I swear I wish I was doing. I wish I was more. Wish I could perform more.
Yeah.
I wish we were out there playing.
Yeah.
Man, what did I get to fucking play? You know what I mean?
The It's gonna happen. It's gonna
Yeah,
happen, my friend.
yeah. So
Yeah, man. Let's we gotta jam again one of these days, man. We gotta keep in the game because we gotta do it again. So
yeah, definitely. And we will. We
yeah,
will. Definitely.
absolutely. My friend,
Mhm.
I just want to stop and look at you for a minute. It's just so nice to see you. It really is, man.
Awesome. Thanks, man. It
Yeah.
means a lot to me. Really does. Really does.
And thank you so much for the conversation and the update. And
Yeah,
I'll wait to share this with everyone. And again, if you're watching this, go to the GoFundMe that's linked and show some
yeah,
love. And please give my best to your missus. I think I've heard her a little bit
yeah,
here.
yeah. Yeah, waving her. She's she's in the bedroom sleeping,
Yeah.
resting up, you know. She had some eye surgery, so she's getting healing herself. You know.
Well,
I'm
please,
healing, she's healing.
right
You
now. Well, you can do it together with love.
know. Okay, thank you, thank you,
All
thank
right.
you.
Charles, I will talk to you again soon, my friend.
Okay, definitely. I will talk to you soon.
Take
Okay,
care.
you too.